Who exactly is part of the cast of characters in Albany that is attacking our gun rights and doing so much harm to the Second Amendment, guys? That is the purpose of today's video. Aaron Dorr here with the New York State Firearms Association. And guys, we have some news to bring today that we don't like to have to deliver, but this information simply needs to get out. So I'm going to pause here for a minute, let you guys get signed in. I'm going to host a watch party right now on the page, so more of our friends and family and everything else can see this video. But you guys have got to see this. This information is going to make your blood boil. I'm going to post some comments or some information right now in the comment section, and then we're going to get this video started. There is a lot of things happening right now in Albany. It has been for a very long time that is attacking our gun rights, folks, that you need to hear about. This video is going to make your blood boil. It's going to make you angry. I'm trying to get the watch party going right now, and give me 1 second here. All right, here we go. All right, so we all know that Governor Cuomo hates gun owners. That's a given, right? We know that. We know the governor hates gun owners. So he's the first part of this cast of characters, right? We know that his Democratic-controlled legislature hates gun owners. That's also a given. We know that, right? But there is another entity that is responsible for so much harm being done to our gun rights. Of course, we also discussed the moderate Republicans, the hyper-moderate Republicans who've gone out of their way to stand with Cuomo and to shiv gun owners in the ribs. We could talk about that, but there's a fourth element. There's a fourth element, a fourth member of this cast of characters that is attacking our gun rights that we need to hear about immediately. Guys, this is going to make you mad. This is going to make you mad. But here's the truth. The Second Amendment is being attacked not just by liberal Democrats, not just by moderate Republicans. It's being attacked by our so-called friends. And this is going to make you angry. And I understand that, but there's a lot to be angry about. Maybe you know this face. Maybe you know this face. Maybe you don't. Take a look at Tom King. Tom King right here, the head of the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association. Right here, brown suit, the head of the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association. This is Tom King. Tom King has been the guy who has been representing, he would have us believe, gun owners for all these years in Albany. Tom King is the guy who, in reality, mostly goes around and does this. He poses for selfies with lawmakers. He kisses the butt of leadership. And he, frankly, has done nothing good for a very long time. But now it's gone far beyond that. Some of you guys sent us this article just in the last couple of days. This was first published in Newsday, and now it's being picked up all across the country in gun rights blogs left and right. And this story is going to make you guys furious, because what we're finding out is that Tom King, on behalf of the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, is going out there and endorsing a gun control push that is being worked on for the 2020 session. Okay? He is supporting this gun control bill that's being pushed in 2020. Here's the article from Newsday. They're talking about ghost guns, okay? It's this terrifying language, a ghost gun, right? Who all knows what an 80% lower is? Probably half the people watching this video right now have done this in the past. You can buy an 80% lower. You can work on it and finish it off as your own firearm. And you are not required to have it registered in the same way that a regular firearm is, because it's not actually a firearm, as it's an unfinished part, right? We all know what this is. 80% lowers are used by gun owners everywhere who want to work on their own custom firearm, right? This happens all the time. But now, this new legislation being pushed by Senator Anna Kaplan and Assemblyman Charles Levine, both radical, starry-eyed socialist Democrats who want to take away every single gun that you and I own. They're pushing this bill now that would make it a crime for you and I to work on or possess or own an 80% lower firearm. The quote here says, where is this quote? I mean, the quotes are predictable from Senator Kaplan and Assemblyman Levine. They go on and on and on about how criminals, only dirty, rotten criminals, want to have these unfinished firearms. Of course, they call them ghost guns to make it sound more devious than what it actually is. And so the Democrats have their say, how much they hate ghost guns. And the media is so proud to say that moms demand action is opposed to these 80% lowers. The Long Islanders for gun safety are 100% opposed to these lowers. But here's the real nasty part. They then get a quote from Tom King. Again, if you're not sure who Tom is, he's right. Make sure I'm not backwards here. Tom King, the head guy with the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association. They get a quote from Tom King. He's the gun rights guy in Albany, right? And Tom King comes out and agrees with the radical left, with Cuomo's morons in Albany, and he says the head of the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association said the sale of ghost guns is a growing problem. If you're getting tuned in late, guys, I see our numbers have exploded. We're talking about this major gun control push being sponsored in both chambers for 2020 to make it illegal to work on an 80% lower or any sort of a firearm that is not in final form when you get it. The bill's being pushed by Senator Kaplan, Assemblyman Levine. It has the support, obviously, of the crazy radical left, Moms Demand Action, all the Bloomberg-funded organizations. But now it has the support. It has the support of the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association. Okay? Here's the quote from Tom King. These 80% guns are providing a way for prohibited people to acquire firearms, Tom King said, referring to those who do not have a gun permit or are otherwise prohibited from possessing a firearm. Tom King fully on board with legislation that would make it illegal for you and I to have 80% lowers. He said self-assembled guns provide a way for competition shooters to make custom-fitted firearms. Such weapons should have serial numbers and be registered, and any new legislation would consider such a provision, he said, but it appears increasingly that people are trying to evade the law, and they are using and they're buying and selling self-assembled weapons. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. Instead of these guys fighting for gun owners in New York State, instead of Tom King saying, no, we're not going to support any gun control. We're not going to support any attempt to demonize gun owners. We're going to stand up and oppose any effort to take one more inch away from gun owners. No, Tom King stands up there and arrogantly, stupidly stands there and agrees with Cuomo's radical leftists that, hey, 80% lowers are primarily used by criminals who want to evade New York gun laws. Does this make you mad? Does this make your blood boil? If it does, give me a thumbs up, because the idea that this guy, Tom King, can stand there and make these deals and purport to represent grassroots gun owners, it is outrageous. It is outrageous. And folks, that is exactly why the New York State Firearms Association is coming on the scene in New York State to fight for gun owners in Albany, because these people, the radical left, the moderate right, they have been aided this entire time. I can't talk right now. I'm sorry. I'll try. I'm on a Facebook Live video right now, so I'll be done momentarily. I'm sorry. Hang on a second, once, folks. So these people are being aided the entire time, not just by the fake news media, not just by the moderate right, not just by Cuomo's radical left. They're being aided by, quote unquote, our friends. They're being aided by the people who supposedly support the Second Amendment. Tom King takes a tremendous amount of money from gun owners every year, supposedly working in the Capitol. But folks, I got to tell you, from our meetings with lawmakers in New York State, what we're finding out is that Tom King is primarily known for this: walking around the Capitol, taking selfies with lawmakers. He doesn't hold people accountable. He doesn't sound the alarm when the Republicans are aiding and abetting gun control. No, he just wanders around passing out Lawman of the Year awards to all these moderates who attack our gun rights with impunity. With impunity. And that's why this year, when Governor Cuomo passed red flag gun seizures, he didn't just do it using Democrats. No. He gets Republicans in both chambers to support his legislation. And you know why? Because insiders are telling us that Tom King has been part and party to every single compromise in Albany going back for years. And that's why things like the SAFE Act can happen in a Republican-controlled Senate. Because there are people like that who sit there and purport to fight for gun owners, and instead they kiss everybody's butt in the Capitol and they do nothing. Makes my blood boil, folks. Dennis says Tom King he needs to be voted out. He does not represent us. Absolutely. Joseph Finkbinder says Tom King is a POS. He doesn't support gun owners. And he's like half the rest of those crooked politicians. He's getting a real nice deal under the table. Get rid of his unpatriotic ass. Joe Kolb says Tom King is a sellout. Francis says Mr. King got bought, obviously. Some more of the comments here. There's so many comments here. Tom King is an arrogant ass, says Mr. Shelton. This is the problem, okay? When the so-called pro-gun right signs off on gun control, here's what it does. Not only does it pass that gun control bill, but it proceeds then, okay, it proceeds to let all these lawmakers know that, you know what, this organization, they're all hat and no cattle. They're all talk. They're all bark. There's no bite. These people are not going to stand in our path. And it emboldens the gun grabbers in Albany who are hell-bent on taking away every single piece of Second Amendment freedom. And folks, again, that is exactly why the New York State Firearms Association is getting involved in this fight in Albany. That's why the organization was set up, because people like Tom King clearly have been working behind the scenes to protect themselves, to have all these little stupid selfies with leadership members all across the state, to be the cool man, to be the cool kid on campus. They're not willing to do anything to jeopardize their friendships with these lawmakers. They're not willing to hold these people accountable. They're not willing to call a spade a spade. And now these are the guys who are he's actively supporting the gun control bill being pushed in 2020. Guys, if you tuned in late, this is the bill that would make you a criminal for working on an 80% lower. Okay. And tons of gun owners work on this stuff all the time. Tons of gun owners do this stuff all the time. 80% lowers, they're super common. But according to Tom King, he says these 80% guns are providing a way for prohibited people, criminals, to buy firearms. And he says that they should ban them. It's disgusting. He says that they should be registered. They should have serial numbers. And they're being used by criminals. I don't know what you guys think about this, but the idea that we're being betrayed, that gun owners are being stabbed in the back by these moderate squishes, by these guys who sit there and take all this money from gun owners and then stab us in the heart once they're safely in office. And once they're part of the lobbyist team, rather, in Albany, it makes my blood boil. It makes my blood boil. Harvey says, what the F? Hervey says that, rather. Hervey, there's links all over right now. The story is right now on secondamendmentdaily.com. It's on thetruthaboutguns.com. And here, I forgot the nastiest part, perhaps, of all. This wasn't just covered. The story wasn't just covered by pro-gun blogs. No. The language given by Tom King was put right into the press package from Senator Anna Kaplan. They are literally taking the words from Tom King as justification for why they're going to pass this bill in 2020. It's unfathomable. It's unfathomable. The hardcore Cuomo left, citing the quotes from Tom King with Rifle and Pistol Association as evidence and proof why everybody's okay with us just passing this law. That should make your blood boil. If you guys want to get involved in this fight with an organization that won't sell you down the river, it's time to get involved with the New York State Firearms Association, guys. The link is posted above the video. It's joinnysfa.com. joinnysfa.com, because this fight is raging, because there's so much more on the horizon for 2020 than just this bill. There is so much more. We can talk, and we'll discuss those in future videos. They want to do the social media bills. They want to ban gun raffles. They want to take away all these fundraisers for little nonprofits and ambulance houses all across the state. They want to make it a crime to buy more than 20 rounds of ammo per 120 days. The list goes on. The list goes on. And if they are given the impression that gun owners, because after all, they heard from Tom King, if they're given the impression that gun owners are okay with all these deals, with all these compromises, it's going to be a runaway freight train. It's going to be terrible. And that's why gun owners have to stand up and be involved in this fight, guys. In coming days, we're going to have a phenomenal video on this page showing you guys a brand new tool that this organization is going to have in the fight for gun rights in Albany next session. We're going to make it easier than ever before for gun owners to be directly involved in this fight. We're going to make it easier than ever for you guys to talk to your lawmakers by social media, by email, sending them video messages, and much, much more. This fight is going to be raging in 2020, and we will be leading the opposition, because it's very obvious that these people, Tom King and the Rifle and Pistol Association, have become part of the Insiders Club in Albany, and that is doing severe harm to our gun rights. I want to be clear about something. I'm not talking about the rank and file supporters of the organization. I'm talking about Tom King. Because, see, here's the thing. I've done gun politics for about a dozen years now in state capitals all across the country, and unless you're wired a certain way, when you spend a lot of time in that state capital, you might possibly allow yourself to believe that, oh, I'm one of the cool kids here in Albany. I'm one of the smart ones. I know how things work. I'm friends with all these powerful people. And very quickly, many times, you become part of the problem. I have seen this in state capitals all across the country. And that's exactly what people are telling us is going on with Tom King with the New York State Rifle and Pistol. So by no means are we discussing the rank and file. We're talking about their leadership. Alpha says, I wonder how much money Tom King is getting paid to do that. Alpha, that's a good question, and maybe we'll have to look into that and get back to you guys with some more information. Let's see. Jim says, one-party rule. What did everyone expect? Jim, don't miss the point, though. Sure, Cuomo's pushing this. The point is that he's being aided by the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association. That, sir, should make your blood absolutely boil. Absolutely boil. Let's see. There's so many more questions here or comments I want to look at here. Trade with some of the comments. If you guys have comments or questions, post them in the comment section and let us know where you're watching from. Your comments, folks, it helps the video be seen by more people. And that is always our goal, because Facebook shadow banning is a very, very real thing. Help us get the word out. Post your location and post your questions in the comment section. Let's see. There's so many more questions. Chrissy says, are you kidding me? No, Chrissy, it's 100% true. You can Google it. It's all over the internet right now. But again, guys, the fight is going to be led next session, not by these old has-beens who are part of the problem in Albany. It's going to be led by the New York State Firearms Association. If you guys want to be involved in that fight, now is the time. It's join NYSFA.com. Join NYSFA.com to be involved in this fight. I'm having some folks that are texting me separately right now who are saying that there's a lot more behind the scenes about Tom King and the destruction of Scope. And so, guys, if you guys know more about that, if you want to send us a note, let us know. Let us know, because this is a real problem. We have, quote unquote, our friends attacking pro-gun organizations. So let us know more about that. Guys, we're going to have more information on this for you guys, I believe, tomorrow. In the meantime, guys, share this video all over the place. Put it on your personal Facebook page. Share it with your friends. Tag your friends in this comment section. Let people know what's going on. We'll be back tomorrow with more information. You guys stay safe and take care.